Flowers. Here we are in Panama looking at flowers. Flowers have sex, but it's a really kinky type of sex. This tree is rooted in the ground. How's the male part get to the female part? They can't get up and walk and get together. The trees are stuck in the ground. So what they do is they have to involve a third party. Sometimes it's the wind. Many times, especially here in the tropics, it can be bees or butterflies or hummingbirds or bats. And that third party then takes the pollen from the male part of the flower to the female part of the flower. And if you look carefully here on this flower, you see right here all these little yellow things right there. Those are all the male parts of the pollens being produced. And on my finger here you can see a little bit of yellow powder. But what happens is they have a smell, or they actually produce sugar water, nectar, to attract these pollinators like insects or hummingbirds that come in for the nectar, attracted by the smell. And when they come in there to get the nectar, they have to pass by all these male parts of the flower, and the pollen gets put down on the head, on the bill, on the legs. And then when that same bee or butterfly or hummingbird goes to the next flower, it comes by here and drops some of the pollen off on the female part of the flower up here. And then you can see over here, these have already been pollinated. See, this flower has already been pollinated. The evidence is the male parts have all dried up, gone away. Even in a day that can happen. And then from this female part, the fertilization occurs, the pollen's been brought to it, and the fruit will come out of that. The rest of this petal will fall off like that, just like that. And here you've got the fruits. That fruit part is left over, where the successful reproduction and passing on the pollen was taking place. So pollination, some plants have got entire trees that are only male, and other trees are only female. Other plants have got some flowers that are female and some flowers that are male, and some plants like this one have both male and female parts. And a big part of the secret here of doing this successfully is you don't want to pollinate yourself. You're too close. It's like inbreeding. It's like incest. You don't want to have that. That's going to be really bad. So you try and maintain adaptations that cause the male pollen to be put on the female part of another plant or another flower, or better yet, even another individual. And then the fruit that's produced, this is where a flower stood, right here. And that fruit is hopefully from pollen from another plant somewhere else that's going to produce a very healthy fruit. Inside that fruit, of course, will be the seeds, and the seeds are surrounded by the pulp that in turn attracts the seed dispersers that we'll talk about in other parts. But that's all involved there. It's kind of hard to say this is only one part here. But pollination leads to fruits. Fruits lead to formation of seeds with the pulp around that to attract the seed dispersers. The seed dispersers come and eat the ripe fruit after the seeds have been matured. And fruits also indicate, just like these flowers indicate, this is where I am. These are called honey guides. Come and pollinate me. The fruits also, this fruit is not going to attract many seed dispersers yet because it's still green. It probably tastes pretty bad. But when the seeds are mature inside there, the pulp is very, very sugary and ripe, then quite often the fruit starts to turn color like this one is, and it becomes a flag telling all the seed dispersers, the birds or whatever else is eating this, I'm ready to be eaten. My fruits are ripe and they're going to taste good. It saves everybody time, makes things much more efficient.